Muslims in America, they have gasoline being poured upon them right now, waiting for the next spark just to get rid of us all. As simple and as clear as that's possible. Even after September 11th. And, you know, any Muslim American or any American who watched the horrible, you know, massacre of 3,000 innocent individuals, of which many Muslims were, felt so bad about it, yet you did not have that anti-Muslim sentiment that we have nowadays. There were no rallies held over and over and over, day after day after day, just opposing the basic fundamental human right and God-given right for us to build masjids. And it's not about the mosque in New York, mosques in Tennessee, mosque in Florida, Connecticut, California, all the same way. They're so far from ground zero if that was the excuse. So the significance of that is us as Muslims. And I'm speaking to you, and actually I put special effort to speak to young Muslims in colleges. You're educated, inshallah, highly educated in the future, professionals. You're going to be working all over the place, and it is your responsibility to carry Islam to the next generation and the next phase in this country. One of the good things about that Islamophobia around us is that it is a function of the tremendous success of Islam in the past 20 years. CNN issued a statistic about the growth of religion in America from 1990 till 2008, which is 18 years. Not one single religion or a denomination of a religion grew in America, not even 1 percentage point. Even with the Mexican immigrants through the borders, and by default they're mostly Catholics, Catholicism as a religion did not even grow 2% in America. Yet in the past 18 years, there was one religion that grew in America. And subhanAllah, if that is miraculous enough amongst all the ideologies around us, Islam did not just grow, it doubled in size. And when I say doubled in size, according to the statistic, there are 4.5 million Muslims in America. That cannot be true. In New York and New Jersey, I know 2 million of them already. So we're way more than that. But even according to that, we doubled in population in the past 15 years. That had the 1994 attempt of bombing the World Trade Center, and then the September 11th attacks. So 1,200 masjids were built in America in the past 10 years. I do not know about any place, or maybe worldwide, that one religion built 1,200 temples or 1,200 churches in the entire world. Never mind what's happening in other countries. At the same time, there's two functions of what we need to do. The first thing is our religious duty, which is the utmost duty. Prophet Muhammad said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah." Tell about me even by one verse. One of the greatest actions that a Muslim can do is to give charity. A lot of people think that charity is only money. Yes, it's the very obvious one. But it's not only money. There's some kind of charities that the reward actually is way more than any charity that you get by giving some of your money to the poor or the needy, which is the charity of your smile, of your care, of you supporting a Muslim, bringing pleasure to the heart of a Muslim. But most importantly, a charity out of the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. A lot of people will think that the blessing is the money, and for that I'll get whatever out of that money to people who are not blessed with that blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But actually the greatest blessing that you have is that you're a Muslim. Whether you're a born Muslim or you accepted Islam on your own, that is the greatest blessing that a human being can have, which is the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to live the best, most fulfilling, joyful, satisfying life on my way gaining the ultimate prize of the true life, which is the eternal life for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The charity of that is to tell of the religion of Islam, to promote the religion of Islam. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you with that guidance and that calmness and that blessing, you need to give it to other people. So not only it's an order from Prophet Muhammad to tell about Islam, not only as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us with that, like He blesses us with many things that we need to share, we need to tell about Islam to other people out there. And a lot of people make the mistakes that, if someone is not a Muslim, or he's a Christian, or a Jew, or an atheist, whatever, he is automatically an enemy of Islam. Totally wrong. I do all kind of da'wah that you can imagine or not imagine. I give lectures in temples, in churches, I went to debates with Muslims, not Muslims, Jews, Christians. I can summarize this to you. The majority of non-Muslims out there simply do not know about Islam. And some of them, when you present them with Islam, they accept it as fast as you cannot possibly imagine. Matter of fact, some of the most devout Muslims nowadays that accepted Islam were like devout, hardliner Catholics, for example, and simply did not know. And when they knew, subhanAllah, accepted Islam and became, subhanAllah, I have people that accept Islam because of them. So that is the first part. The second part is a practical, pragmatic part. This book, for example, which I refuted, it's called The Truth About Muhammad, has nothing to do with the truth. Founder of the world's most intelligent religion, written by Robert Spencer. Robert Spencer, if you do not know, is the founder of jihadwatch.org. I dare you, without having any blood pressure, go up, no matter how young you are, to just read a couple of pages of that website. Wrote so many books, this is the highlight, this is the zenith of his work. They pushed it to be a New York Times bestseller, and it used to sell for $30. Founder of Stop the Islamization of America, co-founder with Pamela Geller, who's another clinically delusional person. And they both were leading the oppositions against the mosque in New York. Public buses in New York, they have banners on them. If you want to abandon Islam, if you want to leave Islam, come to us. If you're against fatwa, and so on and so forth. And every event that might bring some, not only, I wouldn't say even dignity, but basic consumer rights, never mind human rights, they are opposing it. The last thing that they did, Campbell Soup, seen the market of Muslim Americans. Their estimate, there's 7 million Muslim Americans, there are 1 million Canadian Muslims. So they said, you know what, let's try test that market in Canada, and issued soup that is halal. And they got it certified by Islam. They wreaked havoc on the entire world that had conservative blog and called everyone that they know. They wanted every American consumer to boycott Campbell, because how would they adhere to Muslims' dietary requirements? And their excuse was, oh, Islam might be linked to terrorism. So where's Homeland Security and the FBI and the CIA and Sherlock Holmes and James Bond? Why Islam is still a non-profit organization that is still operating in America? But you know what? For you just to get the food that you like to eat, that is an issue for them. They don't want to give that to you. And the more we let this happen, the worse it's going to get. I oppose this book for 2 things. I could have just put a list of all the allegations against Islam and the Prophet and refute them one after the other. But I took that book, and I took every paragraph and every page and copied it in the book here and then answered them. I didn't just wanted to refute the allegations, but wanted to show you how they're done, how facts are twisted, and the goal and the demeanor and the whole backdrop of what they're doing against Islam. The problem, what I wanted actually to get into, is that this book is not out there to convert you away from Islam, or to bother you, or to raise your blood pressure of all the nonsense and the abhorrent lies in here. This book is to be read by the person who's going to interview you for a job. This is going to be read by your colleagues at work or not work, by the people that you deal with, by the people you want to partner with, by the people that you hope would be your customers or you want to interact with in any aspect of life. And if you read that book and you do not know what we know about Islam, you would think that persecuting you, being prejudiced against you, outright kicking you out of America is the right thing to do and the righteous thing to do. Why? Because according to this, Muslims are violent, they're oppressive, against minorities, against women, and they're blood crazy, and all kind of abhorrent things that you can possibly think of. And you know what? When they do that, I cannot blame him. Why? Because 7 million Americans that are Muslims did not tell them otherwise. We have no Islamic media, literally. I don't want to say zero because there's some efforts out there, but just practically, we have no Islamic media, we have no Islamic radio stations, TV stations, enough books. When I issued my book, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed me with in Ramadan, The Lies About Muhammad, How You Were Deceived in Islamophobia, I just went to, Amazon.com, so I went Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I went there to see how many other books that actually deals with the same situation. So I went and typed out of the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of books on Amazon.com to see books that deals with allegations against Islam. So I typed first, defending Islam. How many books that came up? 0. Said maybe I worded it wrong, so I put allegations against Islam. The search engine canceled